Hey everybody, hey YouTube family. Today's video, I want to talk about how God repays your enemies, how God watches over His chosen ones, and you don't ever gotta take revenge or try to repay somebody back. The universe is going to handle it. God watches over His chosen ones and protects His chosen ones. See, a lot of people don't believe it because they like it's like a blind faith. It's like believing in something you can't see. So if people who can't see like their enemies being like dealt with, they just think, oh, I gotta go handle it. I gotta do it. I don't see nothing bad happening to them because they did something bad to me. But that's not how God works. The universe takes its time to catch up to people. It's not on your time that it has to work itself out, and eventually the karma will come back to all your enemies. And that's the word they use, karma, like things coming back on you. But it's really the universe repaying them back, and God letting that particular person know that whatever you do, it will come back on you. And so I'm gonna give you my personal experience with my enemies being paid back. And I'm just being honest. Don't be afraid that things can happen to you upwards to death. Well, to people that do you wrong, they can be murdered, and your hands won't get dirty. God won't allow your hands to get dirty. That you're gonna still go live your life, spread the gospel, glorify God, and your enemies will be in the cemetery. So I'm gonna tell you a few experiences I had with people who God put in the cemetery for me. And okay, so the first experience I had, I was dealing with a girl, and I'm gonna get right to it. I woke up, my car was gone, my wallet was gone. It had about $300 in it. Uh, my car keys was gone. My cell phone was gone. I just bought a pair of brand new Nike ACG boots for 150. They was gone. She totally cleaned me out. So let me repeat that. She took my car. Wait, let me tell you. Look, I woke up, and when I noticed everything missing, well, let me tell you. When I woke up, I couldn't find my keys, and then I couldn't find my wallet. So the truth started to dawn on me. But I looked outside to confirm that what I'm thinking, that I've just been robbed. I looked outside the window, and the car was gone. So the car was gone. She took my wallet. That it was about $300 in it. She took my cell phone. So basically, I can't call out or do or try to get help. And I just bought a brand new pair of Nike ACG boots. They was gone, and nothing was recovered. And this is recent. This happened about, what's this, 2023. This happened like back in 2018, 2017, 2018. That's when this happened. So it's very, very fairly recent. And nothing was recovered. And so basically, anybody else, they would want to take revenge that they've been robbed like that, everything been taken. But it's material things, you get it back. And if I would have did something to that girl, as far as uh like um like physically harmed her for what she done, then I'd be in prison right now, and I couldn't do this video. And I didn't get all. It was a total loss, but I still was able to acquire what I lost within a few months. I acquired back what I lost as far as new things, new car, replaced my cell phone, money and all that. Everything came back to me. So the universe gave me everything back, so I didn't have to put my hands on that girl or harm her. So about a year later, about a year and a half later, excuse me, about a year and a half later, one of my friends called me and said, "Hey, you know that girl that did that to you?" I said, "Yeah." He said, "Yo, she dead." I said, how you know? He said, they found her body. They found her body inside the house. In fact, inside of the house, I think she OD'd. So you gotta understand that even though I don't wish death on nobody, that I acquire everything. I acquire everything back through hard work. But the universe paid her back. Now she's in the cemetery right now. And you gotta understand when you do something to God's people, especially His anointed, His elect, His chosen ones, that He takes that personal, and He gonna repay you back. As if and the consequences can be death. I'm just being honest. The consequences can be death. But yeah, that's one person that God put in the cemetery for me. The second person was a friend of mine, a guy, and he wound up sleeping with I call her, she's a girlfriend. Let's say that she was a girlfriend. I claimed her, and he wound up sleeping with her in my bed, and in my place. And it's crazy because when I came home, I just felt the vibe, and she was acting funny, and I didn't know anything. It's just that when your conscience is guilty of something, that you just start giving it away through your actions and your body language, and that's what she was doing. That's why I picked up on that something wasn't right, and I just told her, I said, "Dang, I feel something not right," but I didn't know what she done, and she just came out and admitted it, like, I slept with your friend. And I was like, wow. And in my bed, slept with my girl, and I'm gonna just say I was claiming her. That we wasn't like very serious like that. I mean, as far as like we had plans about building a future and having kids. I just met her. Maybe it was I only knew her for maybe like, to be honest, like 2 or 3 weeks. And I liked her. So, but I introduced her to my friend, and when I was at work, that's when he slept with her in my bed. He told me that he just got oral sex from her, but stop. That he went for it all. So that happened, and I forgave him. That my heart couldn't hold a grudge with him because of that. That it was hard in the beginning because I'm like, Dad, like, you would do that to me, and but I forgave him for it, but God didn't. That I forgave him, but God didn't. So about I say like 6 months later, cemetery, he was murdered. They came on and they came to his area, found him on the corner, and they shot him up, and he died on the spot. And I just thought back like, wow, that's I think. See, we could play this game in our head and be like, and say, well, that wasn't because of what he did to me, or nah. You got to understand that when you do dirt to people to the severity like that, sleep with somebody's wife, they woman, just ruin their finances by stealing and doing things, that all that's compiled, and is eventually the universe comes pay you back. The universe, God, sees everything. God knows and sees what everybody's doing. You're not getting away with anything. So basically, the universe came back and and repaid him for all his dirty deeds, and he's in the cemetery right now. That's the second person. The third person, and all this stuff is recent. Within like the last, I would say, 5 to 6 years, it's all recent. None of this is like decades old. Like, it's just all recent. And all right, the third person, it was a guy that I met in North Philadelphia, and he was just very aggressive. Like all he did, he was young, maybe about 22, 23, 24. But he's like one of them guys that just let the streets just totally take over his life. I mean, he had basketball ambitions, college ambitions, all that. I think uh he had offers from different colleges to go play sports, and that he let the streets just take him away from his purpose. And he just gave up. So he seen me, working, quiet, very positive person, and automatically just started attacking me. Just, I mean, aggressively. Like this, like he told me one day that I'm gonna just lie on you and tell all my friends that you spit on my mom, and I'm gonna get them to kill you. That was his exact words. He said, I'm gonna lie on you and tell all my friends around in the area that you spit on my mom, and they gonna kill you. And like North Philadelphia, that's like, I ain't gonna say dangerous area, because I lived in North Philadelphia for so long, but is an area that's that's a little bit that's let's just say it's a little bit more violent than other areas. It's a little bit more violent. But if you mind your business and just do what you got to do, you don't got to worry about anything. But when you caught in that lifestyle, um, you can be a product of it, as far as being murdered or doing a life sentence in prison. But for the most part, you mind your business, you fine. So I'm not gonna try to blame the area. It's just a person. And like I said, he got real aggressive with me. He told me he was going to tell his friends in the area that I spit on his mom's face and they was going to kill me. And he told me that on a Saturday. He was murdered. Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, like Wednesday, like that Wednesday, that Tuesday or Wednesday, he was murdered. 72 hours. That's all it took. And I'm not making this up. I'm not going to say the man's name or none of that. Nobody named so they to exploit them. They let them rest in peace. But yes, 72 hours later he was murdered. Some guys came up, seen him sitting on a little ledge, and shot him in the chest. He died on the scene. He died right there. 72 hours after he told me he was going to tell people that I spit in his mom's face. 72 hours later, he was dead. He was in the cemetery. And this was when I was still asleep. I wasn't even woke yet. Like, I was just still out there a little bit. So I didn't start putting everything together until I woke up, and God started dropping everything on me as far as the knowledge, straight from him to me. And when I started figuring out that God is taking care of my enemies, that's when I even built up a more confidence in loving God, that I never have to take revenge on anybody, that he sees what everybody's doing and he's going to handle it. It's written in the scriptures. If God says, don't take revenge, the rotten fruits will fall themselves, that's the truth. That's the facts. Because it's written in scripture, and I've seen it play out in my life, that the rotten fruits fell themselves. I didn't pick up a gun. I didn't pick up a knife. I didn't pick up a club. I didn't pick up a 2x4. God took care of everything for me, because it's in the scriptures. If he said, you're my elect, you're my chosen, you're my anointed. Well, so what is that? So if danger coming your way and he can see it, what do you think he's going to do? In the Bible, God wiped out a whole army overnight. I think of about 185,000 soldiers. So you got to understand, if he could take out a whole army overnight, what do you think he'd do to you? If God can take out a whole army overnight, what do you think he can do to your enemies? But people don't believe stuff like that, so they test the waters. They go against the grain. And they go against the grain, and they gotta learn the hard way. That's all. And I'm in the car, I'm sweating. I just like to be intimate with my audience. I want them to hear, I want you to hear me, and and see my emotion. So so you get a feel about where I'm coming from. That's why I sit in the car and I like to have silence, so you can hear everything I'm saying, and get a feel for where I'm coming from. All right, so that's 3 people. Okay, the 4th person that God took out for me, and this was a friend that I had a deep reverence for, that I will always tell him that when I see him, that I look up to him, and that I got a deep reverence for him, that he's somebody that 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 I look up to and that I like, and I won't say as much that I want to be like him, but I want to have the same some of the same values he had, as far as courage. As far as just being a man, and pulling up your bootstraps and going out there and do what you got to do. and never being a coward. Just stand your ground. One of them type guys. And it's I just kept seeing them everywhere I went, like different spots I would frequent. I would see them. One time, I would get off of work and see him 7 o'clock in the morning, and I'm thinking, I'm not thinking of it, nothing of it, because he's a friend, and when you keep seeing the same person and you know him, you're not thinking nothing of it. But I looked this up, and just bear with me real quick. I looked this up, and I said, if you keep seeing the same person, what is that a sign of? They said, you being followed. They learning your patterns. I didn't believe that, because it was somebody I grew up with, somebody that I had a deep reverence for and I loved, and to be honest, and I texted him and I told him that, hey, I keep seeing you, and I hope you okay, because I'm thinking that God is showing me a sign that that's your friend. Tell him, to get his life together, get it right. Come to me. That was the message I thought, but I misinterpreted it. It was actually God showing me that's your executioner. He's following you around to learn your patterns so he can execute you. And I didn't learn that until he was murdered. He was murdered. He was murdered, and God gave me the knowledge that he was following you around, learning your patterns, learning where you be at, so he can murder you. And but God got him first, and he was murdered. And it's crazy because I sent him a text and let him know that God is with him and God wants him on his team. But like I said, I misinterpreted the message that God was showing me, that no, that's your executioner. Um and that he's plotting on you. But I didn't think that, because that's my friend. And somebody told me this a few years back. And I'm sorry, I seen this on a TV show. I seen this on a TV show, actually. And they was saying that if somebody's going to kill you, or if somebody's paid to kill you, it's always going to be a old friend, somebody from your past that's going to come do it. Sure enough, it was somebody from my past that was plotting on me. And I'm going to get into the next video on why my life is in danger and why people plotting on me, not this video. I don't want to get too far into a whole nother topic. I want to stay strictly on God protecting his chosen ones. And I got a lot of stuff going on in my life. And when you're a chosen one and know a lot, that's what I mean. Powers that's elite. They start surveilling you, and seeing what you got going on, see who you talking to when you know a lot, because you can disrupt a system that's in place that can't be disrupted. Whereas though people's livelihoods and reputations is on the line. And if you can get that message out that you can disrupt that power structure. And but that's for another video, not this. This is strictly on God protecting his chosen ones. So yeah, God murdered them. Well, God made sure that he didn't affect his will. He didn't affect the will of God. And you got to understand that when God chooses you to do something, that nobody can get in the way of that. And if they do get in the way of it or try to get in the way of it, God will get them out the way and put them in a cemetery. I'm just being honest that you can't everybody has this misconception of God. He's this loving teddy bear. He is loving. He is a teddy bear, but he can get nasty too. He can get nasty. That don't think God won't get nasty with you. He will. He done got nasty with me. Not to the point to where as though he's gonna kill me and put me in the cemetery, but he did some things to me to let me know I ain't playing with you. Go ahead, keep cutting up, keep not listening, keep being rebellious, right? Keep being disobedient. I got something for you, and you ain't gonna like it, and then I'm gonna keep on harassing you until you follow my way. That's what I mean too. Like when you're a chosen one, that you can't deviate from the purpose. You can't deviate from the agenda. You can't deviate from his will, that you're going to always come back to it. He's going to make sure that that's only why you're here, essentially, to glorify God and do his will. That's it. If you think about it like this. Say you get hired at a company, and they hire you for a particular job, that you have a particular job description, and you show up every day and do not handle your business or get anything done. What do they need you for? They're going to what? Terminate you. Same thing with God. If you're not down here doing the job I need you to do, why do I need you down there? Why do I gotta make sure you're safe and make sure you're breathing and healthy if you're not going to do anything I asked you to do? Essentially, you're down there to do something for me. That's it. And that's a tough pill for a lot of people to swallow, because they want to do what they want to do. But sorry, I'm still sweating a little bit. I'm in the car, but I'm gonna make it through for y'all, for the audience. But yeah, like, I'm gonna just tell you this and be very careful with how you handle people. You don't know what's on them. You don't know what they carry. You just see a black person, a white person, a Chinese person, an Asian person, a Puerto Rican person. You see their sneakers, their clothes, their hair color, their eyes, where they work at, what they drive. But you don't know what they carry in the spiritual realm. You can't see that. So when you're dealing with people and you're doing things dirty to them and nasty, then you wonder why you lose your job. Then you wonder why your dog just died. Then you wonder why your finances is messed up. Then you wonder why your health is failing. Because that's the universe repaying you back for messing with people, for having bad intentions towards people, especially if they carry something for God. You can't mess with everybody, especially if they carry something for God. If they carry something for God, God will destroy you from inside out. He will gut you like a fish. I'm just being honest. I've seen it happen with my own eyes to people, that if you disturbing the will of God through somebody, he's going to deal with you severely, up to death, guaranteed. And that's how he watches over his chosen ones, man, especially his chosen ones. That you can mess with anybody else, but not the elect of God. Not the ones that God got favor with, and not the ones that's doing something for God on this earth. He will gut you like a fish. See, people don't understand that Satan is not the only angel that God, like, Satan is a powerful angel. But don't get it twisted. God got goons. God got other angels you never heard of that's vicious. Just look it up. Don't, like, everything I tell you, just don't go by what I say. Don't go by word of mouth. Look it up. You think Satan is strong and powerful, but that's our adversary. But God got angels that's powerful than Satan, that's on God's team. Yes, I say it again. God has angels that's more powerful than Satan, that's on his team, that you never heard of. I ain't talking about the Archangel Michael. I ain't talking about the Archangel Gabriel. I'm not talking about them other angels that God has that's designed strictly to destroy you. That's designed strictly to destroy you. Right? But you gotta look it up. And that's another video I want to get into, but not this video. This video is, I don't want to go off a message. This video is strictly, excuse me. This video is strictly about God's protection over his elect. God's protection over his chosen ones. God's protection over his anointed. Don't mess with people because you don't know what they carry. You don't know what they carry in the spiritual realm. That you may be an atheist, you may not believe in Jesus, so you don't understand how this thing works. That is forces out here that you can't see, that's running this world right now, that's manipulating this world right now. Forces you can't see, that you can only feel them, that you can't see it, you can only feel it. And I want to give you this last story about this person that did me dirty, but they didn't die though. But God made life hard for them. And it was a girl that let me tell you, she and like I it's crazy because I thought God sent her that. I wanted to marry her and all that. cause she seemed clean, and she was Afrocentric. She was like, she woke. I would say woke, and very enlightened and knew things. And when I first met her, she told me she haven't had sex in 2 years, so that turned me on. That I was like, wow, I can get that. That she ain't been touched in 2 years. But that was a real end. She just reeled me in. But as I woke up, I just think back on things and learned that it was really a real end just to get me all excited about her. So, but it's cool. So let me tell you. So I met her. Uh, this was back like in, I would say, like, let's say like 2017, going on to 2018. I'm trying to get the dates right and the times right so I can be as accurate as possible. So I can give you an idea. I'm trying to give you a timeline when all these things happened in my life. And so yeah, so I met her. I worked at a grocery store. I'm just gonna give you the whole story. So I met her. I was a seafood clerk at a grocery store, and the fresh grocer. We're just going. Let's go on, man. I'm gonna be an open book. My page is gonna be an open book. I'm gonna tell you everything, because I was taught this: if you lie about one thing, that you could lie about anything. So don't lie. That if you tell one lie, that means you can lie about anything, and people can discredit you. So you want to be honest to the people. So what I've learned is, if somebody tells one lie, they can lie about anything. If I tell you one lie, I can lie to you about anything. So I was a seafood clerk at the fresh grocer. She was a regular customer. She's about, I say 30. And she was no, she, she said she was a private chef, and she catered events. That was her profession. So she was an entrepreneur essentially. And I was with that, and I liked it. That I liked that, and I liked that she was a cook, and she took her profession to the next level and all that. So after 30 days of meeting her, I moved in with her. Mistake. My mother and my father told me that was a mistake, but she took me by storm. She said and did all the right things that I didn't see no red flags initially. And within 30 days of meeting her, I moved in with her. And I'm gonna tell you everything. She had like a duplex, and I gave her $400 a month, and I put food in the crib every week because I worked at the fresh grocer. So I give her $400 cash every month, and I put food in the fridge every week. And I used to cut her little checks, little small checks, stuff, little things that she make one with a pair of shoes, get her hair done. So I probably was contributing me when she met me. I probably was contributing probably close to $1,000 a month to her expenses. Let's say with food and cash, let's say it came out to about $1,000. I was contributing to her to her economy, to our economy essentially, because we're a union now. So it's me and her together. So what's mine is hers. What's hers is mine. And so let me tell you. So she was a private chef. So this when I started noticing things that was and seeing little inconsistencies and inconsistencies. And so one day she went for work. She had to go to work, and I kissed her and said, "Okay, have a nice day at work." I didn't have to be until about like 8 o'clock that morning, 9. She had already left like around 7. So when she left, then I got up, got clean, got showered, and started, put my uniform on to go for work. So I worked at the fresh grocer. And as I'm walking down the steps, I noticed her chef's jacket is still on the banister, and she's a private chef. So I'm thinking in my head that if she just went to work, why is her chef jacket on the banister? So red flags started raising in my head that, oh, she lied. She really didn't go to work, because I'm gonna tell you this: when you're a private chef, and I live with her, so I know that's her only. I know if she have another jacket or not. That was her only one. So if you're a private chef, that your chef jacket is your most important tool, because it stops you from spilling things on you, especially hot spills. That's your protection. That's like a vest, your chef jacket. And she's an entrepreneur, so it's not like she can go into the job and say, can I get another chef jacket for the day? That's her That's her personal chef jacket that she has to take with her to work because she does private work. And once I seen that she left her chef jacket on the banister and then come back for it, that's when I knew that, oh, she's lying, that she didn't go to work. That was a clumsy mistake. That was a careless mistake, especially when you're doing something sneaky. But I never called her on it. I just waited to get more evidence because you can't just call people on stuff. You gotta build a case, like how the cops do. They build a case. The feds do. They build a case and then they drop it on you. They just don't assume something because then you can rebut it and make them look like a-holes. You can make them look incompetent with a rebuttal of an allegation they may have. So they make sure that they dot their I's and cross their T's before they come indict you. So I waited. So I also worked at a hotel overnight, the Renaissance Hotel at 4th and Chestnut, downtown Philadelphia. And I'm going to tell you the names of the places I used to work, their location, the area, because I like to be transparent. And when I'm transparent, that's letting my audience know I had nothing to hide. So let's just see, we may want to do a background check on me, or you want to check some things out. It'll all come back right. So that means when I do my videos, you'll believe me more. Oh, he's telling the truth. Oh, he did used to work there. I know people. Oh, I went down there. And not saying to do an investigation on me, but I'm going to say I want you to do an investigation. So when you watch my videos, you know I'm giving you everything. I ain't leaving nothing out. I'm not lying. I want to be as transparent as possible because, like I said, you tell one lie, you can lie about anything. So yeah, it was the Renaissance Hotel. I was a houseman. That's the janitor. That's the guy that goes cleaning. Listen, I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm the best toilet cleaner in the world. I clean your toilet right now, you'll eat a steak off of it. I'm just being honest. I took pride in my job. I was there for 4 years. I just resigned. Maybe I think 4 months ago, 5 months ago, I just resigned. Uh, it was time for something different. But yeah, I was working there 11 p.m. to 7 a.m. overnight, Friday and Saturday. I did that for 4 years, 11 p.m. to 7 a.m. Friday and Saturday night. I did that job because I liked it at the time slot, and I liked the days because that was, as long as I showed up Friday and Saturday night, 11 p.m. to 7 a.m. That was my job. Nobody wants to work Friday and Saturday night, especially cleaning toilets. So I knew that as long as I showed up and cleaned them toilets, I had a job. I was making what? I started at $9.50 an hour. My ending rate was $17 an hour. So look, I was getting paid $17 an hour to clean toilets. Listen, I do that all day. But yeah, that was 11. It was Friday, Saturday night, 11 p.m. to 7 a.m. So look, so when so one night I got off early. For some reason I was supposed to have got off at 7 a.m. I got off probably like at 5:45 or 5:30. I just got off early for some reason. I just don't know why I left early that day, but that day I left early. So that means if I left early, I get home early. So I got home early. Normally she's expecting me there like around 8:00, 8:30. I got there like around 7. So when I got there, she's in the shower. It's about 7:00 in the morning. I'm thinking in my head, why is she in the shower that early? And then, I'm not thinking, I just say, she can't clean for me. So I go inside the bedroom. The car keys is on side the bed. And this small ass dress, this one-piece dress. I mean, basically you naked if you put it on. It's sitting on the bed plus the car keys. Normally, when you come in and there's car keys on the bed, that's a sign of what? I'm gonna let y'all finish it. I'm gonna say it again. Normally, when you come in the house and the car keys is on the bed, what is that a sign of? I'm gonna let y'all finish that for me. Then I'm gonna tell y'all, but y'all smart people. If you come in the house and your partner's car keys is on the bed, what is that a sign of? Right, they just came in. They just got in and threw the car keys on the bed. So I start connecting all the dots, and I knew why she was in the shower. Because she was fucking all night. So she wanted to get her pussy clean. And the car keys was on the bed because she just came in. So basically, while I'm at work cleaning toilets all night, she doing her thing, cheating on me. You gotta understand that If somebody believe they can get away with something, they going to continue to do it until they get caught. You got to understand that she wasn't expecting for me to come in that early. Her time for me to come in is about 8 o'clock. I got there damn near an hour to hour and a half, 2 hours there early. So it was like she caught. But there's no smoking gun. There's all allegations. There's no smoking gun. So this what really made me it's all circumstantial. That you got this small dress on the bed and these keys. That's still not really proven she did anything. It's all speculation. So that's what I tell her. I say, look, what was you doing? I said, she said, oh, I was out with my friends, and we had with the girls, we had a good time. So I tell her, well, call your friends right now. It's first thing in the morning when she got the shower. Excuse me. I tell her, call your friends right now and put them on speakerphone just so I can hear that they was with you all night. Y'all had a good time. You know her response was, I don't got to do that. I don't got to prove nothing to you. If your partner is accusing you of infidelity, you make them look stupid and call your friends and put them on speakerphone and make your partner look stupid and apologize to you, and they'll never do it again. She didn't do that. She automatically struck it down and said, oh, I don't got to prove nothing. If you really love somebody, I left my whole economy to come to your economy and boost your economy. And I'm not fucking no other women. That only her, that I honor her, that there's no need for me to go get something else and I can get it from her. You get what I'm saying? That the same thing I can get from you, I can get from my woman at home. All that. You know what I'm saying? Food, sex, she gonna take care of daddy. So there's no need for me to compromise or put in put in jeopardy what I got for something that's temporary and that's gonna ruin everything if my woman find out. So let me not do that and just focus on her and deal with her. And she was fine as shit, ass fat. There's nothing and I liked her personality, so I had everything I wanted. That I'm not going to mess that up. And I was happy with her until I found out that she was just using me. She knew I was a nice guy and that she knew that I was a good spirit and that she just took advantage of me essentially. So yeah, let me tell you. Well, yeah. So I figured out that's why God allowed me to get off early. He do things like that. A little glitch in the matrix that I was supposed to have got off at a certain time, but I got off early. That's a glitch. So God can show me that something's not right. That something's going on. So it's called a glitch in the matrix. That's why I got off early. So God can show me that somebody that I care about and actually love doesn't love you the same way. And that's why he had to expose her, because he loves his chosen ones. And he didn't want to see me get hurt further. So that's why he wanted me to see who she really was. That while you were at work overnight, she's having a good time and giving the box away. So it's not yours. It's other guys too. And I wound up leaving her. She's oh, why you leaving and don't leave. Like once you proven that you not loyal and that that you can sleep with other people and dishonor your partner, that's kind of like a deal breaker, because ain't no telling how many times you did it, and ain't no telling if you're gonna do it again. So it's kind of like a deal breaker. So I just left. But when I left and I went back maybe like 4 to 6, well, not to her, in her area, and I went back like maybe like 4 to 6 months later, or like 6 to 8 months later. Wow, the guy she was dealing with, it looked like she got him from off the corner, as far as how he looked, as far as just real dusty, like not clean, just no ambition about nothing about life. And I noticed that she gained a lot of weight. That I'm not gonna say she almost looked unrecognizable, but she wasn't the same girl that I had. She didn't her physical appearance, it didn't look like the same girl I had. So all that showed me was life was beating her up when I left. Life was beating her up. So basically God was showing me that, yeah, when you left her, that she went down. And not wishing bad on nobody. God hates that. Don't wish bad on nobody. He hates that. Then God gonna deal with you. It's in the Bible. You don't wish bad on nobody. That God is going to show you what He's going to do to your enemies. God is going to put your enemy. He's going to put a table of food in front of you, in front of your enemies. But He did not say antagonize them. He did not say tease them. He did not say throw it in their face. He just said walk away. I'm gonna deal with them. So basically, God would just let me know that since you left, her life hasn't been the same. And that's how He repaid her, by letting her know that when you decided to do sneaky stuff behind his back, I'm going to show him, and now I'm going to remove him from your life. And I was so good to her, like washed her car inside and out by hand. I love giving her money and doing things for her and just being nice to her, being sweet to her, and because I was just taught that when you deal with the women and female, just show her that just show her a good time, man. Don't be a creep. And don't be looking to sleep with her. Like, just be nice to her. This is what I learned about women. And I read this in books, and I looked at videos. This is what I've learned. That if they want to give you something as far as sex, they're going to give you every opportunity to get it. That you never sweat them. You never make that a priority. You never make it feel like that if I do this, I want that. No. That you just do nice things, man. Just be good. That if they decide they want to do something with you, that's cool. If not, that's cool. That should be cool too. And I've learned that if a woman want to give you something, she's going to give you every opportunity to get it. That she's going to make the conditions perfect for you to have it. That she don't press her out for it. You don't make that the center of attention. You don't make that priority. That her feelings and her soul is priority. You know, her life is priority. Her emotions are priority. You know, her personality is priority. Not what's between her legs. It just destroys everything once that's just the center focus of everything. Because what about when she gets sick? What about during her menstrual? And that's off the table. You're not gonna want to be around her. As I've got older and become more enlightened and more experienced, you know, just love them for who they are, man. Don't that sex stuff just makes stuff complicated, man. That's gonna always be there at the end of the day. That's gonna always be available. Just be a good guy to her, and that's what I'm sticking with. But yeah, I seen her life change drastically after I exited, and that's God basically let me know and let her know, what I'm saying, that I didn't want you with her, and let her know that change your behavior and tighten up a little bit. Don't be playing with people's feelings and emotions, because that can damage people. But yeah, I just want to let you know that this video was basically about God protecting His chosen ones. Because this world is cruel. There's a lot of people that's not of God, that's anti-God, anti-Christ. So you got to understand, the chosen ones are constantly being attacked, from when they step out the door to when they go back inside their door. Chosen ones are constantly being attacked. Excuse me, I'm sweating, but I'm trying to keep it clear, keep my face clear and clean for y'all. Chosen ones are constantly attacked, but God got your back. Don't fight nobody. Don't argue with nobody. Don't take revenge. Don't wish bad on nobody. God is going to take care of everything and show you the results. And because you see the results, that doesn't mean for you to pop champagne. Still pray for them. Still love them. And move forward with your life. Move forward on to helping people. Move forward on to the still enlightening people. To pull them out of this matrix. Pull them out of this lies. Pull the veil from over their eyes. And God going to bless you for it. So I hope you liked the video, and I just want, any questions you may have, just comment. I answer the questions. Subscribe. So all my videos that I talk about chosen ones and all our gifts and our connection straight with God, you'll get notified when a new video come out. So any new ideas that you have about chosen ones, or what you want to know about chosen ones, just leave a comment, and I know I talk to you about it. And I just want to thank you for your time, and thank you for listening. And I just want to let you know I love you very much, and God bless. Y'all be safe.